Pinaka-nakakagulat sa lahat, nag-invest ang GSIS, naglagpas 1 bilyong piso sa online sugal at ginawang puhunan ang pera ng public employee sa sugalan. Hindi pala sinisiguro, hindi pala ginagarantya yung pondo natin pagdating ng panahon. Wala pala kayong tatanggaping pensyon.
Dugo at pawis ang pinuhunan po nila dito para pagdating po ng panahon ng kanilang pagre-retiro, may mahuhugot ang mga empleyado maging ang mga kasamahan po natin dito sa Senado na mga rank and file.
Sunod-sunod po ang kabulastugan sa pag-i-invest sa GSIS.
Senator Ontiveros, you're now recognized.
Salamat po, Mr. President. Mr. President, dear colleagues, I rise on a point of personal and collective privilege. Nitong nakaraang Hulyo, ay nabalitaan natin ang pagpataw ng preventive suspension kay Government Service Insurance System President and General Manager Jose Arnulfo Wick Veloso at 6 pang opisyal. The facts which led to these suspensions are nothing short of alarming. Ano ba itong pinaggagagawa ng GSIS sa pera nating mga kawani ng pamahalaan? Dear colleagues, habang seryosong itinutulak ng Senado ang mga panukalang batas ukol sa e-gambling, mukhang may isa pang klase ng pagwawaldas ng pera na dapat nating bantayan. Yung pondong inaasahan ng mga pampublikong manggagawa na magbunga sa takdang panahon matapos itabi at hulugan, ay mistulang isinusugal at ipinapatalo ng mga opisyal ng GSIS. Let's look at the numbers. At present, GSIS has a 1.83 trillion pesos in total assets. 1.83 trilyong piso iyan mula sa sama-samang pangarap at pagsisikap ng ating mga kawani sa gobyerno na buwan-buwan ay kinakaltasan ng sahod bilang contributions sa GSIS. 2,736,710. Ganyan naman po karami ang mga miyembro at pensyonado natin sa ilalim ng GSIS. Sila ang ating mga guro, pulis, traffic enforcers, doktor at nurse sa pampublikong ospital, empleyado sa lokal na pamahalaan. At syempre, maging mga kasamahan natin dito sa Senado. Kayong mga masisipag nating katrabaho sa Senate proper at Senate Secretariat. With millions of Filipinos depending on GSIS for their pensions and other benefits, GSIS investments should be made in a sound, safe, and liquid manner in compliance with regulations designed for that purpose. Ang problema, mukhang ang mismong liderato pa ng GSIS ang hindi sumusunod sa mga alituntunin na iyan. In recent weeks, new articles have started to shine light on the 1 billion peso investment of GSIS in online gambling platform DigiPlus. You heard that right, Mr. President and dear colleagues. Pinaka-nakakagulat sa lahat, nag-invest ang GSIS, naglagpas 1 bilyong piso sa online sugal. Pinasok ito ng GSIS when DigiPlus's shares were being offered at a peak of 65.30 pesos. Those shares have since hit a low of 13.68 pesos. Lugi na. In the first place, what was GSIS thinking? Investing funds in online gambling. Tayo nga po, mga kasamang nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno, hindi pwedeng tumuntong sa casino. Lalo na, hindi pwedeng magsugal doon. Kaya, bakit ang GSIS naman, todo taya, at ginawang puhunan ang pera ng public employee sa sugalan. Sa ngayon, tayo sa Senado at pati ang House of Representatives, maging ang Malacanang ay lahat gumagawa ng mga malalakas na inisyatiba, paninindigan, laban sa online sugal dahil sa mga masasamang social costs nito. So, why is GSIS doing the opposite? Why is GSIS investing the retirement money of public servants to seemingly expand the e-gaming industry? We need explanations. And unfortunately, Mr. President, this is just the tip of the iceberg. By law, GSIS has the fiduciary duty to invest the contributions of its members wisely, ensuring they meet the requirements of liquidity, safety or security, and yield to guarantee the actuarial solvency of the funds. Eh dapat lang naman, no? Isipin nyo, buwan-buwan kayo, buwan-buwan tayo naguhulog sa GSIS. Yung mga nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno, gaano katagal na kayo? 10, 20, 30 years? Tapos hindi pala inaalagaan, hindi pala sinisiguro, hindi pala ginagarantya. Yung pondo natin, pagdating ng panahon, wala pala kayong tatanggaping pensyon. It appears there is a pattern of reckless and questionable investment decisions by the current GSIS leadership. The guardrails we have put in place to guide and protect GSIS investments are seemingly being breached. Remember that preventive suspension of Mr. Veloso and other GSIS officials. That was imposed in connection with the 1.45 billion peso subscription agreement entered into with GSIS by GSIS with Alternergy Holdings Corporation for the purchase of 100 million of the latter's perpetual preferred shares. A quick look at the GSIS Alternergy deal reveals multiple red flags. According to the Ombudsman, Mr. Veloso and his fellow GSIS officials may have committed serious misconduct when they entered into an agreement to purchase Alternergy's perpetual preferred shares without the approval of the GSIS Board of Trustees and in clear violation of the GSIS's own investment policies and guidelines. GSIS also entered into this multi-billion peso deal without the necessary endorsements from the GSIS's own assets and liabilities and risk oversight committees. Glaringly, Alternergy's market capitalization was far below the 15 billion peso minimum reportedly required under GSIS policy for investable companies. The shares were not even listed with the Philippine Stock Exchange on the dates of the execution of the agreement and the payment of the subscription. Even worse, Alternergy also appears to be highly over-leveraged. Simply put, they have too much debt, with a debt-to-equity ratio of 194% and a dangerously low interest coverage rate. Paano nakapagdeklara ng 40 million peso cash dividend ang kumpanya iyan? Puro sila utang at in financial distress na. Ang malala pa, Mr. President, hindi nag-iisa ang Alternergy. Ayon sa annual audit report ng Commission on Audit noong 2023, nag-invest ang GSIS ng hanggang 2.38 billion pesos sa 3 publicly listed companies kasama na itong Alternergy. All 3 companies had not demonstrated a proven track record of profitability over the last 3 years, and the payment of dividends at least once over the same period in clear violation of the revised GSIS Act. Sadly, the GSIS has already suffered a 251.37 million peso valuation loss on these equity bets. 251.37 million peso valuation loss. This is no longer risk-taking. Pagtatapo na ito ng pera. And Mr. President, the COA grimly warns that this is just the beginning, since the investments could undermine the actuarial solvency of the pension fund and place members' savings at risk. We cannot dismiss COA's warnings, especially when GSIS is already exposed to other risky and problematic investments. In fact, let's not call them investments. These are plain and simple bad bets. Along with GSIS's questionable investment in online banking, online gambling, there is also the continuing 0.82% stake of GSIS in Del Monte Pacific, a company teetering under $2.3 billion in debt and facing massive write-offs. This investment has already incurred an estimated paper loss of 19.1 million pesos for GSIS, representing a 32.5% decline in its stake. Pero sa kabila ng matinding paalala sa mga opisyal noong bumagsak na ang halaga, hindi pa rin umaatras ang GSIS sa Del Monte Pacific. Mukhang pinaglalaruan at hinahayaan lang masayang ang pera ng ating mga lingkod bayan. Mr. President and dear colleagues, this is why the Senate should act swiftly to review the policies, procedures, and guidelines covering the GSIS's investments decisions. We should strengthen GSIS's investment policy compliance and oversight. We should increase transparency and accountability in their investments, and we should plug policy gaps and clarify ambiguities. Ngayon kasi, mukhang may pagkakaiba ang interpretasyon ng GSIS Act, ang GSIS at COA ukol sa investment options nito. The COA was of the opinion that the GSIS was limited to investing in securities of companies with a proven track record of profitability over the last 3 years and payment of dividends at least once over the same period. However, GSIS argues that these parameters are not restrictive, but rather only enumerated investments requiring reporting to Congress. Kaya dapat na itong tignan, pag-aralan at aksyonan ng Senado. Kung kailangan i-amyenda ang GSIS Act, gawin na natin. We must update the law and erect the necessary guardrails for GSIS investments to protect its members amid ever-evolving financial markets. Mr. President, dear colleagues, 2.7 million GSIS members, survivor pensioners, and their families are counting on the Senate's decisive action. Kapakanan ng bawat pangpublikong manggagawa ang nakasalalay dito. Ang bawat teacher, lalo na yung pa-retire na at nahihirapan ng tumayo sa harap ng klase. Ang bawat pulis o traffic enforcer na araw-araw nagtitiis sa gitna ng init o ulan. Ang napakaraming health workers, social workers, at maging mga empleyado dito sa Senado na nagtatrabaho ng maayos, marangal at may malasakit. Mr. President, dear colleagues, sana'y agaran tayong kumilos para sa lahat ng Pilipinong umaasa na balang araw yung kanilang retirement fund mula sa maraming taon ng sakripisyo at serbisyo publiko ay magdudulot naman ng ginhawa. Ang pensyon ng pampublikong sektor, hindi pang sugal. GSIS should not waste or gamble away the future of those who serve our nation. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
Senator Risa Ontiveros, Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President, Senator Erwin Tulfo seeking the floor for manifestation.
Senator Erwin Tulfo is recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo. Nais ko lamang po, I would like to express my manifestation of support doon po sa sinabi po ng ating butihing senadora patungkol po dito sa pag-expose niya sa mga nangyayari dyan sa GSIS sa ilalim po ng administrasyon ni Ginoong Velasco. Ako din po ay nagagalit at naiinis dahil ito po ay pinagpaguran ng mga empleyado ng pamahalaan. Dugo at pawis ang pinuhunan po nila dito para pagdating po ng panahon ng kanilang pagreretiro, may mahuhugot ang mga empleyado maging ang mga kasamahan po natin dito sa Senado na mga rank and file. Kaisa niyo po ako, Senadora Risa, hinggil po dito at nais ko po talagang maimbestigahan ito. At kung may pagkakataon po, maghahain po ako at may ng panukalang batas na kailangang imbestigahan po ito at makasuhan po si Ginoong Velasco Veloso. At kung mamarapatin po ng Committee on Rules at paimbestigahan sa Committee on Games and Amusement, akin pong iimbestigahan sa lalong madaling panahon itong paglalagay ng GSIS ng pera ng mga retirees sa online gaming ika nga sa DG Plus. Ito po ay aking paiimbestigahan. Kung may kumita, mukhang may kumita po rito, mayroon hong komisyon or kickback at hindi po ito karapat-dapat at katanggap-tanggap. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo.
Maraming salamat po sa Ginoo mula sa Palawan.
Thank you, Senator Tulfo.
Mr. President, next is Senator Amy Marcos. I move that she be recognized.
Senator Amy Marcos recognized.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. President and Majority Leader. I'd like to inform the Senator from Capi, Senator Risa Ontiveros, that in fact, on July 31, I filed Senate Resolution number 39, directing the appropriate Senate committee to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation into the alleged questionable investments of the GSIS, putting at risk 2.7 million employees of government, our hardworking and very ill-paid government employees. Sunod-sunod po ang kabulastugan sa pag-i-invest sa GSIS. Una na po yung shares ng Alter Energy na hindi nakalista sa Philippine Stock Exchange, unable to meet the minimum capitalization, exceeded the limit on shares for public trading, ang daming violation, kaya tuloy-tuloy nung July 11 ay nasuspinde. Ikalawa, nung July 2, nabulagta yung Del Monte Pacific na nagdeklara ng bankruptcy. Unfortunately, ang GSIS na naman nasa top 25 shareholders ng Del Monte. So, na isalalay na naman ang mga pensyon ng ating mga trabahador. Ikatlo, ang nabanggit na ni Senator Risa, itong 13 to 16, 2025, binili na naman ng GSIS yung mga shares ng DG Plus na bumagsak na, nasa 20% na ng purchase price. At ikaapat, meron pang Nickel Asia, a 1.46 billion investment in Nickel Asia, once again without board approval. At ikalima, a failed attempt na naman. Ito hindi natuloy pero nag-effort din daw to invest $100 million in a credit fund linked to the defunct Lehman Brothers. Apakalabo naman ito. Hindi naman ito natuloy itong Lehman Brothers. Ganun pa man kung bakit pinagpilitan pa at napakalaki ng 100 million US. So 5 po ito nakaduda-dudang mga transaksyon na talaga naman na ipinusta yung pensyon na inaasahan ng napakaraming halos 3 milyong Pilipinong mga pensyonado. So sana tulungan ako ni Senator Risa at sa lalong madaling panahon kasi walang tigil itong kaduda-dudang mga investment. Tignan na ng Blue Ribbon at iba pang mga committee natin. Salamat.
Salamat din po sa lady mula sa Ilocos Norte. Yes, tutulong din po ako kung saan man ma-refer pati itong privilege speech ko kung dun nga sa komite ni Senator Erwin Tulfo or sa iba pa, pero tutulong din po ako para maimbestigahan ito at salamat sa mga dagdag na impormasyon na ibinahagi ninyo. Salamat, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senators Marcos and Hontiveros. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, I seek the floor. I move that you recognize.
Senator Robin Hood Padilla is recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo. Nais ko lamang pong mapabilang sa mga kasama po nating senador, katulad po ni Senator Erwin Tulfo at ni Senator Amy Marcos sa pagsuporta po sa inihain po na talumpati ng ating ginagalang at atin pong hinahangaan na Senadora Risa Hontiveros. Kasama niyo po ako, anuman pong inyong hakbangin, hindi po ako talagang makakapayag, katulad po ng inyong sinabi, na hirap yung ating mga taga-gobyerno sa usapin ng kanilang kontribusyon tapos ito'y mawawala lamang. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Maraming salamat din po sa Ginoo mula sa Camarines Norte at BARM.